Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about creating a Hello World component. It's going to be a basic component, but we're going to add a little bit more functionality to it. We're also going to be discussing the folder structure, the file structure, and a few additional things. Now the best thing for us to do really is just to move on. If you don't know what a component is in Joomla already, I really would ask you to go and have a research what a component is. Later on through this video you would understand it, so it's going to be a pretty long video. It's probably going to be well over an hour, maybe touching 2 hours. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so really let's just get involved in doing it, shall we? Okay, the first mundane thing that we need to do is make a whole bunch of folders and files and so on, and fill out a whole bunch of things. Now, if you're any good at doing some scripting of any other languages, then I would really suggest making a script to make all of these. But for the sake and purposes of this, we'll do it the real mundane way first of all. Okay, so all we need is a folder on your computer right now where you can store this. And I'm just going to call it com_hello world, and I'm just basically made a project with inside NetBeans. This video folder has no relevance whatsoever. It's just where this the video source file is being saved. So, right, the first thing which we need to do is to make two folders. Okay, one admin and one sites. What we are going to do is, because they pretty much follow the same folder schedule, okay, and schema, we're going to make all of the site ones first, and then we're going to copy the whole all of the folders and directories into the admin one as well, because like I said, they follow the same schema. Alright, so what we need to do is need to make a whole bunch of standard folders, so CSS, and then JS, and then views, and then models. Whoops. And some of these folders, which we're going to talk about later, they need to be specifically named in a certain way. Okay, so we have views, models, controllers. Then I want helpers. Is going to be for some helper classes that we make later. Okay, language, what we need next. Language, just singular. CSS, JS thing, that should be it. Controllers, CSS, JavaScript, helpers, language, model, views. That should be it. Okay, within the views inside of this component, whatever your component name is, which is Hello World, we need to make a folder inside of here saying Hello World. Okay, that's the most important thing. Within inside of the view of Hello World, we need to make another folder called TMPL. Okay, this is where all the layouts are going to be. Okay, and then within inside of this one folder, we need to make a PHP class, and it's going to be called view at the moment. Alright, but we're going to change it because NetBeans isn't very good at doing this, so we're going to change it to view.html, and then it goes back to view.html.php. Now if we named it view.html in the beginning, it would by default then change the extension type to HTML, therefore we just do it. That's a NetBeans thing. Okay, what we also want to do is then have an HTML file, which is just then index.html, and we're going to just knock out any text within inside of it, just so it's a blank page. Okay, and then we're going to copy this and we're going to chuck it inside of here as well. Okay, I'm going rather fast, but it's just because I want to get the folder structure done. As long as you can see on the left hand side which type of folders we have, then all is good. Okay, inside of here we then want to have a XML file, which is here, and we want to call this default.xml, and it doesn't really matter, we're just going to remove it all anyway. Okay, and whilst we're doing this, we're going to say layout, and can just tidy this up. oh no, sorry, we want metadata. Let's just copy that, paste that in there, and then we want layout, and we want title equals hello world page, and there is also an option one to it as well, and we want message equals a hello world page, nothing more than that. Okay, so that's that bit done there. Okay, we can copy this, and we're actually going to copy this complete one and paste it in the hello world folder itself, and we're then going to rename it to metadata.xml, and then we'll open this up, and we're going to change this to then view, change that to view. Okay, so that just can stay the same, it'll be fine. Okay, we can save that, close it down, close it down, close it down. And now next we come to the view itself. Okay, first thing we need to do is basically check that one of the predefined constants has been declared. Okay, otherwise we're going to die. And we're going to write this once, and we're going to copy it the rest of the times. Okay, so you do not have the correct permissions to view this page. Okay, that's cool. So now next we need to make the class as well, and what this is called is the hello world view, and then hello world. Okay, and it extends j view. Now what we need to do is we need to use the jimport function to import the view library, and what we need to do is go joomla.application.component.view. Okay, this will import the jview class so we can extend the jview class itself. Now within inside of here we then need a public function of display, and it is tpl equals null as one of the parameters, as one of the arguments, sorry. And then what we need to do is we need to call the parents display function and just pass in that one argument. Also what we need to do for future is we need to say j toolbar helper and title is equal to then hello world administration page. Okay, but at the moment this one really just doesn't matter because this one is for the administration. Although we're doing it under the site, we're just doing it now to save time. So this potentially is only then for the administration. Therefore, we're just gonna cancel it out. But what we are going to do as well, we're going to copy it. Okay, because this is all for the site. We don't need these on the site. Okay, so we're just going to comment them out for the time being. And in here, we want to say then hello world, which is the component, the view which we want to do. Or we don't want save. We just want cancel for now. This is going to be one of the buttons that's going to be on the administration, and then we want cancel. Okay, and like I said, for the time being, we don't want to worry about these. Okay, so we're just going to highlight them out. So we can save that. That takes us to that. Okay, within inside of the template, we want to make a PHP file. We call this default.php. Okay, in here, we want to copy then this, and then just remove that. Okay, and then its name form, name equals admin form. You will need this, by the way. Okay, method equals post, and then action equals, I'm just going to use PHP to do it. Okay, and we're just going to use, whoops, get the caps lock off. get it on again. And I'm just going to use PHP self for this. Okay, I'm trying to do this really fast so we can fly through it. Come down here and then input type. I'm going too fast now. Input type equals hidden, name equals component, value equals hello world. And in actual fact we need hello world. Actually no, I'm going to talk about component. Option equals component. Okay, and then task we'll leave blank, and view we'll change to hello world. Okay, they do come into context, or they are helpful at a later stage. Okay, but so let's just do an h3 tag here saying hello world. I think more than that. Let's save that, make sure that we're all syntactically correct. Yep, looks all fine. That's all fine. Okay, good. So now we have all of the main structure done. That's layout done. Metadata index has got one there. That's got one there. We can close that down. Okay, so we just want to copy this index.html and chuck one inside of the view path if it's going to let us. Okay, I didn't copy it properly. Okay, just chuck one in the views one, and also in the, is that one in there? Got one. Okay, that's already in there. Okay, good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to copy the views one, the hello world one, and we're going to rename it then to goodbye. Okay, so we'll rename that. We'll come to our view itself. Let's just close all these down so we don't get confused at all. Okay, hello world here is the component, followed by view, followed by the actual view itself. So we're going to change this to goodbye. We can leave everything the same, okay, but what we are going to do is change this one to goodbye cancel, and change this to goodbye administration page for the administration when we copy this whole folder structure at a later stage. Okay, so that's that bit done. We need to change the metadata, so we change this to goodbye page. We put a goodbye page. This will come apparent later when I show you what it does. And then to the default one as well, which let's just copy this, chuck it in here, and then change this to layout. Change this to layout. Okay, we can close that, close this meta one down, and we can change this view down and save it. Okay, so that's that one done. Now we can change this, and we can say goodbye, and then we change the view to goodbye also, and then the rest can stay the same. Okay, so we can close that down. That is now then the both the views done. Next, what we need to do is we need to make one PHP class, which we're going to copy in a second, and name it hello world. Okay, come in here, and this is then needs to have a capital H. Okay, hello world followed by their model, followed then by hello world, which is then, make sure you spell this properly because you'll sit here for ages trying to work it out. So hello world is then the component, followed by model, followed then by the view or name, which is actually the model name. Okay, and this then extends JModel. There's JModel item, JModel list, there's JModel legacy, there's JModel blah de blah de blah, and so on. But JModel works fine unless otherwise. If you find you're getting the error messages, then that's what's going to happen. Okay, let's just pop over to here to copy this, so I don't have to write it again because I don't want to, and change this view then to model. Okay. Now in the model we can pretty much leave it exactly the same way it is, right? And then we'll copy the model once, rename it, and rename it goodbye. So we then got our goodbye model. Open this up, change the view part of it or the model part of it to goodbye. Everything else can stay the same. We can close everything down and good to go. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to copy the goodbye one, and we're then going to place it in the controllers as well. Okay, because we need a controller for the goodbye one. We'll open this up. We're going to change the model word then to controller. We're going to change the model word here then to controller, and we're going to change the word here to controller as well. We're then going to make one function which we're then going to copy a couple of times. We're going to then change it to edit, and these are all the tasks which we're going to get. So we're going to have edit, add, remove, I believe it is, save, apply, and that should be fine. On the site, we don't really need these unless you're going to start doing the administration pages on the site part of it, but most of the time you do all the administration on the back end, the administration area. But we'll put them in there just for the sake of putting them in there. Okay, now in all of these in the controller, predominantly what you're going to do is it's going to do something like this. Is when you land on a page, it's going to call the controller first. Okay, if there is a task at hand or a task being called, then it's going to automatically call this function. Okay, with inside the function, what you want to do, okay, is complete any business logic required. Okay, be it go to a database, save anything, collect anything from a database. Really, there's no need to collect anything from a database at the controller stage. Okay, you really just want to store any information if required. Okay, say that you've just filled out a form and you've then just clicked the save button. It's then gone over to the controller. Okay, it's then gone, hey, it's goodbye, which is this controller dot save. Then it would then automatically fire this one event here, this one method. Therefore, say you've got all the form data that's been sent over through the post request. You then extract all the post request and so on. Get the model. Okay. Call a method in the model, save everything, and go good. I'm happy now. Everything's been saved. Now what we need to do is we need to say set redirect. Okay, then to do a HTTP location change or a page change. Okay, set redirect, and then redirect to the page that you actually want to go to, menu items or whatever it is that you want to go to. Okay, and then you can chuck a message in here as well. Okay, that will then be gone. Okay, it won't go any further. It might do any other Joomla framework stuff, but predominantly it will do another redirect after this stage. So any code that's really done after here, you might as well just forget about, because it's not going to do it. Okay, so but we'll come back to that later. We'll just get rid of it for now. Okay, so that's the goodbye one done. What we do need to do is copy this index.html and chuck it in here. Okay, and we're going to chuck one in the CSS and the helpers and the JavaScript and the languages and the models, and we've got one in the views already. Okay, so CSS, let's just do a simple task, and the convention which I like to use is then start it with the component name and then the actual name of the CSS file which you're going to use. Okay, we're just going to scrap any of this. Okay, then helpers. Helper class is something which you can load yourself. Okay, I like to make a static class personally, rather than using an instance. So I just come up here and say hello world, and then just say helper, and then just make any static functions. Say, you know, gets I don't know, get message, and just do something from there. Okay, so that's just a simple static class. Now obviously every time we do this, we want to make sure that no one can get to our classes like that. Okay, so you just can place that in there, then no one's going to get direct access to this one file. Okay, so that's that one done, this one done. This one really doesn't matter for now because it's just CSS. The goodbye controller that we had is fine. Okay, so we've got the helpers, now the JavaScript. Let's make two files here, and JavaScript file. First one we're going to make jQuery. Okay, and the second one we're going to make then is use the same convention. This is my convention, okay? This isn't a Joomla convention, it's just mine. And we're just going to say scripts. Okay, so I'm just going to budge this over here. I've always got a nice handy little link for jQuery. Okay, and then we're just going to come in here and copy and paste jQuery file in there, and then we got our script file in there as well. So let's just shut all that down. That's everything there. Okay, so now the language. Now if you want to, you need to add a folder to this as well, and use your country-specific language code for whatever it is that you want. Okay, so we've got that in there. Now in this we want to make some ini files. Okay, and the convention, the naming convention for this, which you have to use, is the country code or the language code, en-g large GB, followed then by the component or the module or the plugin name or the template name. Now for a component which we're making, it's naturally then it's naturally the com underscore. Sorry, I was just thinking about something else then. Actually, ironic, if the stuff I was thinking about is the microphone actually turned on, so even if it wasn't turned on, then I wouldn't have videoed so far now anyway. So okay, so let's get back to stupid. Hello world, and then .ini. We don't need the .ini in this because it's going to generate the .ini. Let's just copy this for the sake of the administration later, and rename this. And what we want to do is rename it .sys.ini. Okay, this is only going to be for the administration, so we don't care about it on here. Okay, but what we can do for the time being is, it didn't seem to work before, but we'll just come over here and say hello world equals then hello world, but it didn't seem to want to work for me earlier, unless I spelt it wrong. Okay, so let's just copy this and change this, and it comes in handy later. Okay, so there, and remove that. Okay, that's that bit done. We then need one of these index files in here. That's that bit done. Joomla done. The models are done. Okay, one final one which we need in here now is the actual component file itself. So we just need a PHP file for this, and hello world, which we name it. And I'm actually going to be lazy and copy this from the Joomla website. So making a basic one, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to copy it somewhere, wherever it is, and it's not there, so let me find it. There it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, good. So we're going to copy this and put it in there. Restricted area controller, hello world. Yeah, I'm going to change that. So it's just task, and that should be fine. Application task in here. Okay, that's all good. Okay, Joomla seems to say that they don't like you to put the closing PHP tag on there, but I'm a little bit skeptical about that. So I just keep it on there anyway. Okay, so we can close this down. This is all fine. And that's basically the site one done, which actually means that the admin one's done as well. So all we've got to do is copy all of these, and this one as well. Copy it, if you can copy it. I don't think I can. Maybe if I take that one off. Okay, so I come and do it the easy way. And okay, so we go to the actual folder itself, and then we'll just copy everything over into the admin one, stick it there, and come to these views first of all. So this should now be populated with loads of things. Come to the views because we had the information here which we want to switch on. So we turn that one on, and then turn this one on. Okay, and we can also delete in the admin this metadata, we don't need it. Okay, and inside of here this default one, we don't need it. Okay, it's no point loading files that we don't need to have. Okay, and in here as well. Okay, so let's go down to the view.html.php, which is then for the site rather than the administration, and let's just simply get rid of this JToolbar helper that we had here that we just don't need. Okay, so let's save these, let's save this, let's save this, let's save this. Let's close all these down. Close all these down. Okay, now for the administration we have the language files. Okay, so we have the sys one, so we can come back down to here, and the hello world one there we can delete because we don't need it. Okay, for the script file. Alright, now one thing to remember as well. Okay, so this is then the actual the site components file. What I want to do on this is just my own personal thing, is use the JFactory get documents part of it. Now on the J document you can actually preload then script files. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to start, because this is going to go straight into a script tag, okay, as the source. So we're just going to say components. We don't have to worry about then the base URL or anything like that. We're just saying, hey, it's just go from the root of the directory, the root of the document.root, and go downwards. So we know components, and then we say com hello world, and then JS, and then we're going to load the jQuery first, and so on. And then we're just going to copy and paste this, and I'm actually going to copy and paste it for 3 times. And this one here we're going to say com hello world underscore scripts, and this one we're actually going to copy this and we're going to paste it there, and we'll say layout, and we'll change this to say CSS, change this to say CSS, and we'll change this to say style sheet without the 6. Then that one's going to get loaded at the front. The rest is all perfectly fine, as I believe. So we'll just press save. We're going to copy this, come up to the administration folder. Let's close this site one down so we don't get confused. Open this one up, close the other one. So now we've got the administration one. Okay, we're going to come in here and just chuck that in there. Okay, now on this note we need to basically administrate. Oh, which one is it? Which one is it? Is it administrate? It's what are you doing, Dave? Why are you getting confused about this? Oops. Yeah, administration. It is administration, David. Don't get stupid now. Okay, administration and components, com, thing, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Okay, help functions we all got there. CSS we've all got there. Everything's tickety boot. Okay, the only thing we've got left to do now is to make an XML document. Okay, and this one's called hello world, and yeah, it could be whatever. We're just going to get rid of you anyway. Okay, and I'm going to be so lazy I'm not even going to copy this. So I'm going to go and copy it from the Joomla website itself, because why type something when you don't have to type it? Okay, so that's what we're going to chuck in here, and we're going to change the John Doe and change it to me, because it's me actually created this one, although I've used the hello world conventional naming. Still me making it. let's just take this, change that, yep. Change that description of this one here. We don't want any updates there. We get rid of all of this, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and that's, and that's, and actually that one there as well. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to copy it, I think maybe about 6-7 times. Okay, so we're going to do this in kind of CSS, JavaScript views, models, controllers, helpers, language. Okay, these are all the folders which we've got on there. So I believe that's all the folders that we have in there. Okay, what have we got? Language models, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 folders. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 folders. Okay, we've got index.html, hello world.php, controller.php. That's all fine. Okay, so let's do this now. And what we can do is we can copy this over to here and then change this files one on the administration. Change this to admin. Let's just tab these over slightly. Let's tab this over slightly. Okay, which is fine. Now what we want to do is, so basically what we're doing, we've got the extension tag. Okay, we're saying type component version of Joomla 2.5.7, and the method is upgrade. Okay, this is no upgrade, but just put it there anyway. Okay, so that's obviously the root part of the XML document. Then name, I don't think I have to explain this. Name, creation date, author, author email, author URL, copyright license, version, description, files. Now what will happen is that you have to declare every single file name which is in the main first document itself, because it needs to move these. Okay, after that every single folder. Okay, so let's get explicit about this. It will look inside of here, okay, and it will say, it will look for this one document first of all inside of the zip file, and it'll say, hey, I want to make sure I know whether there's an XML file. And the first XML which it finds with this tag inside of here, it will use as the main installer. Okay, now it's going to then look for the administration tag, and it's going to say, okay, is there a files tag inside of that? And it's going to go, which folder is it in? And it's going to say it's in the admin one. Okay, good. So then it goes into the admin one, and it then goes all the file names, and it goes, okay, is this file index.html there? And it goes, no. Okay, which is not there at the moment, so let's go and make certain it's there. So it's now there. Okay, is the controller.php one there? No. Okay, why is that not there then? Good question. Controller.php. Okay, so on that note, let's fix this one first. So site, let's steal a controller, shall we? And let's copy this and put it under the site. Okay, and paste it down there. Where'd you go then? I want to copy you, please. Paste you under here. Okay, let's change the name of this to say controller. This is the main controller of the site part of it. So what we can do is we can dump this last bit, because this is the main component and it's the main controller. Everything else can stay the same, and pretty much we can just remove all this. Okay, because I rarely use it on the main controller part, so I always tend to make a view of something else. Okay, so that one's there. Now let's copy this and let's paste it into here. That'll be fine. Okay, it's exactly the same thing, so we can close these two down and this down as well. Okay, so now is the controller.php there? Yes, it is. Okay, on the admin part of it as well. So we've got CSS, yes. We've got JS, yes. we've got views, yes, we've got models, yes, we've got language, yes, we've got controllers, yes, so we've got them all there. So this here reflects the exact folder tree that we have here. Okay, now let's check the sites. So we've got index.html, yes, helloworld.php, yes, controller.php, yes, CSS, yes, JS, yes, views, yes, models, yes, controllers, yes. Okay, but what we haven't got here is helpers. Now if you don't declare a folder, it won't copy the folder. Okay, it won't even start to search the folder. It only copies folders that you declare here. Okay, so it's not like it just gets a zip file and says, hey, I'm going to copy everything. It doesn't. It's very explicit and you have to declare it. Oh, I did have it there, you lunatic. It's there. Okay, so that's that bit pretty much done. Right, now what we do need to do is have the language element within inside of here as well. And because I'm lazy and I don't want to spend time typing, I'm going to go and actually copy it as well. So let me find the XML file that I want to copy. Okay, that's what I want to do. Okay, so we're going to come in here and we're just going to punch that in there. Okay, so the admin en bg language en blah 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 da, 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 da. Yep, we've got that one, got that one. That's fine. And now what we're going to do is going to come to the site. So we're just going to paste it outside of it. We're just going to tidy this up very, very slightly. We're going to say site is all good, language, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's good. We can get rid of this sys one on here because we don't need it. Okay, that's all fine. Right, I'm pretty certain that everything's going to work. I haven't paused the video yet. We've done 37 minutes, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's why you write a script to do all this. By the way, you make it once and then you put some names in it. For example, okay, if you know how to write like C# or C++ or any Visual Java or Python, whatever, what you do is you write little scripts that makes all these folders, and then all you do is do something like view name in here. Okay, and then use a regular expression just to change them, or whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, seriously, it's what's this bloody thing called? Okay, it's Hello World. Yeah, seriously, you don't want to be writing this more than once because it's really annoying. Okay, so that is now done. Okay, so now you should have a folder that contains something like this. And the last thing what we need before we forget is an index.html file to go in there. So what we want to do is we want to get all of these, send to compressed zip, okay, come to our actual administration itself, come to extensions, extension manager, okay, make sure you're logged in, otherwise it doesn't work and you can't load anything without being logged in. Okay, install, find the path that you actually want to go to, okay, and get the zip file, get it, upload and install. Okay, installation component was successful. Then you see the description which we added in the actual XML file itself, which was here, and that's what was there. Okay, as you can see here, okay, up here we can see that the component's installed, and we come on here, yeah, we don't get any errors. We get the cancel button that we talked about. We press cancel. Okay, we get an error has occurred because it's not handled. Okay, yeah, it's because it's not handled. I'm not going to talk about in this tutorial. Okay, but then if we change the view to goodbye, get the goodbye one as well. All right, and see that one is handled. All right, like I said, I put the cancelled in there, which it was handled. Okay, so the main thing we want to do now is we go to top, and this menu items that we made in the last one, if we just click on this, and now we're going to change the menu item type. So now basically, which was relevant to the Let's find them again. Okay, so we're on the administration site at the moment. Okay, the administration part of Joomla. Now, the administration part, what it does here is it goes through the whole site of it goes through the components folder of the main Joomla framework. It then searches every single one for these metadata XML files, okay? Then goes inside the TMPL and search for all XML files there and opens them up. Okay, so first of all it knows the component name and it lists down all TMPL or the XML files within inside of the TMPL folder and places them here. If it doesn't find one, it doesn't place it there. So if you don't want it to be an actual menu item type, then don't place an XML file there. Okay. Now, so let's on that note, let's just do this first of all, and we'll just put a goodbye page. Okay, that's all perfectly fine for now. We'll save it. We'll come to the actual site of the website, and once again we'll log in because I shut it off. Okay, so we come to tutorials, which is where the page was, and menu items, and we see goodbye is there. Okay, and that was in an H3, which is what we did it in, and as you can see here, input type hidden, com world option, and there's all of our things. Okay, so that's now where the component is. Okay, so that's basically the creation of the Joomla component. All right, very basic methods of it. Now, just to show you, if we come over to here, and now we talk about how to deinstall a component. All right, because I'm going to reinstall it again in a minute. All right, and I'm going to update the component file with another thing as well. Okay, so we come to extension manager, manage, and then we can just type in hello in here to find it. Okay, and then uninstall, so we just highlight it and click uninstall. Okay, it's gone. So now we can come back to the file system which we have. We can close these ones down. Now what we want to do is we want to concentrate on the site folder itself. Okay, now underneath the goodbye one, for example, we have just a default.php and a default.xml and HTML index.html. We can just completely ignore this index.html file. Now these are layouts, alright, they're not views, they're layouts. This is the main view itself here, okay, but because the goodbye, the default layout which it has is the default.php, therefore don't ever really speak about these as views, because they're not views, they're layouts. Alright, what we want to do is then have another layout. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we'll change it and we'll rename it. So we're under goodbye, let's say farewell. Let's change it to farewell. Let's come in here, let's change this one to let's change this one to farewell like this. Okay, done. Now in order for us to have under the when we did the menu items type page on here, it said hello world, and then it said hello world page, and it said goodbye page. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add another one of these, so it says farewell page. Okay, so we copy this default XML page and we rename it. It's got to be renamed to the layout that it's specific to. Okay, and farewell. Now let's open this farewell one up and we're going to say farewell page. Farewell page, and I'm going to copy it because I'm feeling lazy again. Okay, save this, close this down. Okay, come over to our Windows Explorer to do this, delete this zip file, copy all this again, send it to compressed zip, come to install, browse for the folder, come to this, go to that, click upload and install. That's all fine. Come to menus to top because we want to change this menu items. As you can see here, com_hello world does not exist. That's because we deleted it. Okay, let's stick the status back to published. Come to menu items, open it up, click on select. Now come here, and as you can see, goodbye page, farewell page. When we hover over, you see a farewell page. So that's the message and hello world. Oops, wrong one. And come down here to farewell page. That updates, refreshes, all's good. Click save and closed. Come to here, let's click tutorials once again. Okay, now we get farewell there instead. Okay, so that's a layout. Now, what about if we wanted to have it land on the goodbye page on the so it's going to land on the goodbye here. Now, okay, let's explain this a little bit better. Okay, now at the moment the menu items is on. Sorry, let's just see what that comes up with here. Okay, so that is actually saying layout equals farewell. See in the URL. So it says option equals option. In other words, is just saying, hey, is this which type of component, plugin, module, template is this, or module, plugin, or component is this? After that, it then says view, so it tells it the view, and the layout is equal to farewell. Okay. Now, so in the URL at the moment, we can't see that because it uses the friendly URLs, okay, or the SEO friendly URLs, whatever the name of it is. Okay. Now, if we did use the other type of URLs, so if we come to global configurations, we can change this. We can turn search engine friendly URLs off or put it to no. Click save and close. Once that's done there, we might then have to give it a couple of attempts to change. Yeah, right, it's changed now. Okay, so now tutorials comes and we get the long-winded URL. And as you can see here, we've got layout equals farewell. Now we can come here and we can say default, and then we get goodbye here. Okay, as you can see. Now what we can also do is we're going to have to deinstall this all again. Okay, so if you come to extension manager, I just can't be bothered doing it by FTP, that's all. So I'm just going to deinstall them and upload it again. Okay, come to here, and rather this time we're going to come to the view.html, and we're actually going to explicitly tell it which template to use. So we're going to say this set template, and we're going to say farewell this time. Okay, and we're then just going to save that, come to our folder structure once again, delete the admin.zip, highlight all of the things, send to compressed zip file, come over to here, come over to extensions and then install, click the browse button, find the zip file, double click, click the upload and install. That then uploads and install. Come over to menus, come to top, click on menu items, click on select, click on goodbye page, okay, save and close. Come back over to here, click on home just so the page refreshes a little bit, click on tutorials, and we get farewell. You see, up here we're getting view equals goodbye, but we're getting the farewell page. Okay, so what we've done is we've actually set the layout at the view level, okay, rather than it being at the menu. So the user can decide that they want to do it, but hey, you're the developer of the component. If you want to flick and change around layouts, you can do it yourself as well. So you don't have to just worry about having one static layout. You can flick between layouts all the time. So every request that goes through, every page request that goes through, you could just change it. Now we can change it in the URL as well, nice and easy. So you just have to change the page, and we can say well, we want default in here. We do it, and you see it still doesn't change, okay, because the view is telling it, hey, I want the farewell layout. Okay, so basically we can't do it, right? Although we can, no, we can't do it because the layout said, hey, that's what I want, that's what I get. All right, but what we can also do with this, all right, with a component, is we can also say tmpl equals component. All right, and what we'll get is we'll only get the component itself. We won't get any other stuff. So if we come to the page source, you'll see that we get a full HTML page, but we only get the component itself. Okay, there can you see my form that I made and the div that wraps it and stuff. This is good when it comes down to the model, the MODA plugin which there is, okay, or the behavior, which we'll have to talk about that in another tutorial. But I needed to have a component made to show you guys how to use all these things. Okay, so for the time being I'm going to wrap this video up because there's plenty more to talk about, and it just gives a great excuse to do a whole bunch more videos about this, okay, because there's so many more things to learn about components, and I'm actually really excited to do it, and I'm actually happy that I managed to do all of this in 51 minutes. Okay, and I'm hoping that it's pretty clear. Now, if it's not clear, alright, then send me some feedback. I did 2 new videos over the past 2 days and I've had some great feedback, okay? Please keep it coming, alright? And if you have commented or sent me anything about the last videos, okay, and you've watched this one, keep the comments coming, alright? I want to know again, okay? I've taken on your points previously and I've actually kind of thought about them, alright? So any more things which you did like, didn't like, could be better, maybe I went too fast over, tell me, okay, because tomorrow I'm going to do another video, alright? So unfortunately, for the fact that by the time you've encoded it, uploaded it, done everything, it's just too much time, and I can't be bothered to do more than one a day. Okay, but I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do this, and my target for YouTube, which I want your help to do, is, if we can get here, is, where are we? What are we on now? 401,217. So my aim, what are we on at the moment? We're on 3 years. I want to really get that to 500,000 within the next 6 months. Therefore, in order for me to do that, I need a whole bunch more videos. Okay, so I'm really pushing to get some videos going at the moment. All right, but I need your support. I need your support. Okay, so just if you've got the links, post them places. All right, I don't care what you do with these links. All right, I really don't care, as long as it's helping you. All right, but the more views that I get, the more popular the channel gets, the more videos that I can do. All right. Okay, that's enough from me. If you found my videos already, you know who I am. Okay, this is where I am on the page on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook as well. The link's there on it. My name's David Thorne. I'm really appreciative for your time, for your effort, and for your patience to listen to me for just under an hour. Okay, there's more to come. There's plenty more to come. Just gotta keep on doing it. All right. Okay. Final thing, if there's anything to do with Joomla that you're not sure of, okay, even if it's a 2-minute video or an hour video, okay, let me know, and I'll try my hardest to get it done. Okay, the earlier you let me know, the quicker I can start planning it. All right. Okay, that's it. I'm off now. Right, so I wish you a nice day, good evening, or good morning, whatever you are doing, and whatever time of day in whichever country it is. Okay, all right, thanks. Bye bye then.